Greetings and welcome to this week's magical message. I hope you all have had a wonderful week. Hopefully you all spent some really good time with family. If you all celebrate the holidays and have family around, or you got a chance just to, do some things that you've been needing or wanting to do. So let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now, we are at Wednesday, so we're going to talk about what kind of energies were present in the beginning of the week, and we're going to move forward and just kind of talk about how those energies are going to affect the rest of our week. And there was an additional card that came out for the overview. I didn't get a chance to put it in the picture, but it was the Four of Knives. Okay, so we have the Four of Knives, the Four of Sticks, and then the Ten of Knives. The Four of Knives really talks about, on the light side, contemplation, just being kind of quiet, sitting, and having prepared yourself. So it's not just, sitting idly. It's allowing yourself to rest, to recuperate after you have done all of your gathering, you've gotten all your things together, you're getting ready, you're prepared for that next step. This is also a great time for you to be paying attention to spirit, to your own intuition, and moving on that word, that intuition, that gut feeling that you get, especially in terms of like your goals, the things you've been working towards, so that you know what moves you need to make and how. And if you feel like, because I feel like there are going to be some things that maybe you all are getting the guidance on that you need to wait or slow down with, don't rush the process with anything. Just follow that, trust that, right? Because you're going to allow yourself to either get exactly what it is that you want, or you're going to get more than what you want. And rushing it, you can end up messing that energy up, murking those waters up a little bit, and maybe coming across some obstacles that you had not, seen coming. So with the Four of Sticks, and it's actually interesting because we actually have two fours here, and those are foundational energies, right? Those are energies that can be kind of traditional when we talk about like families and home and that kind of thing. But the four is foundation, and so we're looking at these things that affect the foundation: your finances, your relationships, career, your own internal emotional and mental well-being. Okay. So we also have the Four of Sticks. The Four of Sticks talks about celebrations, good times, having financial stability, looking forward to what is to come, spending time with loved ones, really being prosperous and having good things coming to you, and just being in that space. The Ten of Knives on the light side can talk about having made it out of a situation that maybe in whatever way wanted to take you out, wanted to suppress whatever your wins, your successes were, or are, will be. You also have these energies on the lower end that are saying the people who have operated outside of integrity, those people that have negative karma coming to them, is not karma that they're going to be able to escape. So those energies can come in, and it feels like these energies are moving kind of swiftly. So if you are someone who has people around you, or have people around you who are receiving some of those negative energies, you may feel or get signs or just, feelings this week where you might need to take a step back. Or maybe there are things that are becoming clear to you. Maybe you weren't sure about certain people or just certain connections, certain deals that you thought were going to be one thing, and they're being revealed to you that those things aren't that way. And so understand that you want to remove yourself from those energies because karma is coming, right? They're not going to be able to escape this. And it looks like, that judgment energy is kind of like is bringing a hammer. So it's not something they're going to be able to get over, right? This is something they're going to have to face. So regardless, trust your intuition this week. Don't rush anything. Make sure you're listening, but celebrate. Allow yourself to really feel that joy, that happiness, that success. Really hold the intention of what it is that you're creating, and move forward as if it is, right? Because it is, right? But you want to move forward mentally understanding, mentally being clear, so that you get the messages that you're meant to get. So you know the direction that you need to take. Okay. So there's also, I feel like there's also a lot of good news around family. Someone could be finding out that they're pregnant, that there could be a baby on the way, that they're planning for some kind of future regarding children, and the stability of those children. So this could be something like just making sure that you have your savings. This could be making sure that, let's say you were getting some kind of insurance thing or whatever foundational support that you're building. That's kind of like where your focus is this week. Now, with the beginning of the week, we have the grandchildren and the garden card. No, we are on Wednesday, so these are energies that we've already experienced. But you can look back over the beginning of the week and see how these energies kind of interacted with where you were. Or maybe if you were unsure, maybe you were feeling really stressed out during the beginning of the week, these energies will help you to understand where it is that you are. Okay. Now the grandchildren is the star card, and it talks about really having everything that you need, even if you don't see it, that good things are coming, good news is coming, that you're taken care of, that you are provided for, and not just by things or people you might expect. You have an abundance of people, energies, ancestors, guides who are supporting you and making sure that you're good. The garden card talks about it talks about understanding the fact that you are good, the fact that you don't need to worry, that you've done the necessary work, the necessary preparation, like this 4 of 9s that we were just talking about. You've done that preparation work. And so now mind your business, tend to your things, and allow for the goodness that you've been creating to come in. Okay. So there could have been some worry. There could have been some stress. There could have been some drama in the beginning of the week. And it was the holidays. So it's very possible that you may have been, in the midst of whether it be stress, whether it be drama, whether it just be, not being completely clear. Those energies, as we move forward, they're going to clear up. They're going to make themselves, or they're going to make more sense. But there's nothing for you to worry about. You are good. You're taken care of. You are provided for. So trust that. As we move into the middle of the week, and we are on Wednesday now, so there are these energies present, and we're getting ready to move into some of those energies at the end of the week. So we have the Mother of Coins and the Ancestors. The Ancestors is the Death card. The Mother of Coins is like the Queen of Diamonds in cardology. So think about those kind of energies. Someone who is brilliant with their finances. They're brilliant with money. They know how to bring money in and manifest that energy in. They know how to use or invest that money. They know how to save that money, right? Really powerful energy and master around the finances. And once again, she has everything that she needs. So there's this theme, right? And it makes me think that, there are a lot of us who may have been feeling or questioning whether we would have what was needed, whether we would be able to make the kind of moves that we're wanting to make. And all of this is confirmation that you will have what it is that you need. Even if you don't see it yet, trust that you have what you need. It's right there in front of you. The Mother of Coins tells you, you're using this more feminine energy of manifesting and harnessing your own, what is the word I want to use? You're harnessing your own fertile energies to bring about the financial wealth that you desire, but also making sure that you're tapped in with your ancestors, making sure that you're tapped in with your own intuition so that you know how to use these things, right? There's nothing worse than getting all the abundance you could have dreamed of and not knowing what to do with it and end up squandering the blessing that comes. So make sure that you're taking your time. Once again, do not rush this process. Allow for yourself to bring in all of these manifestations and move accordingly. Okay. There's also shifts and transformations that are happening in the middle of the week. So if you were in a position where maybe financially you felt a little unstable, maybe you weren't sure how things were going to work out, maybe there were some things around value, some things that were just important to you, maybe some more traditional things. Again, we just had the holidays. So it could be energies around, wanting to do things that maybe traditionally you have done, and maybe that's a little bit different. It could be, like I said, finances that maybe seemed a little unstable. Maybe they were a little unstable. And so now you're having an opportunity to experience a shift or a change in those energies. Now, the Judgment card did not come out in this particular deck this week, but I just started feeling that energy again of karma, of judgment, especially around finances. So for you who have experienced someone moving in or out of integrity when it comes to money, when it comes to, and it feels like, money that belong to you, right? Things that belong to you. They're gonna be getting some karma this week. It feels like they're gonna be experiencing some losses, which goes back to that 10 of 9s, right? There's gonna be some endings that they can't get around, right? This is just what it's gonna be. So if you see any of that go around, just make sure you kind of mind your own business and let that fire brew over there, right? You don't want to be in the midst of those energies, and you want to make sure that, especially when we talk about your partnerships, your relationships, your friendships, those people and energies that you interact with on a regular basis, you want to make sure that those energies are clear, because if they're receiving this negative energy from karma, you don't want to step into that storm. Right. It kind of goes the same thing like when you get into a new relationship. If they got all kinds of craziness going on, then next thing you know, you've got all this kind of craziness going on in your own personal life that you maybe never had before, that you never had to deal with. And it's just another example as to how you can step into someone else's storm and take on some of the karma that was meant for them. So make sure that you're watching your circle. And I feel like there are going to be some things that are further revealed this week. I feel like you all already know who's for you and who's not for you. But I feel like that's going to be made even more clear this week, especially because you're really being called to have your focus set on your goals, your intentions, your internal self. And anything that does not want you to thrive is going to have a fit when you're focused on yourself, when you're focused on your own wealth, when you're focused on solidifying this foundation, right? They're going to have a fit about that. So pay attention to that and move accordingly. Now, at the end of the week, we have Big Mama, which is the Sun card, and we have the Son of Knives. The Son of Knives can talk about conflicts, just, going back and forth, needing to bring resolution to some matter, right? And when it's done, it's done. And the Sun card is a really positive card to have with this, because it talks about having victory. It talks about things turning out in your favor, right? So if you're dealing with any kind of conflict, if you're dealing with any kind of hardship, if you are, if you've been having any kind of issues, expect for those things to be clearing up. And most especially for you to have the clarity to know how to move moving forward. I feel like a lot of the things that we have been dealing with in terms of conflict, or just in terms of some obstacles, a lot of it was fueled by thoughts and beliefs, right? So it's important that we stay connected and tuned in to our own ancestors, our own spirit, the universe, nature, whatever it is that you like to tune into. Make sure that you're grounded this week so that you can see your way through and you can understand and see that this Sun card is coming. It doesn't matter what you may have experienced before. It doesn't matter what anybody else might have said or what it looks like to anyone. Understand that your journey is your own. And this Sun card just comes as confirmation telling you that, hey, it might have been an obstacle. It might have been a tough obstacle. It may have been a tough ending. It may have been a tough truth that had to come out. It may have been, an undesired happening, whatever that was. But you're good, and you're and not just oh, okay, no, don't worry, you're good. Not just that kind of good. You are vibrantly creating your dreams. You're in a space where you have the opportunity to really manifest the things that you really desire to experience in your life, whether we're talking about your day-to-day life or huge major accomplishments that you want to achieve, right? You are in the right place at the right time. So trust it. Sometimes when we're in transition, it can look a little foggy, it can look a little gray. You're not quite sure where you are on that spectrum, but trust that you have done what it is that you need to do. And more than likely, right, if you are worried about whether or not you have accomplished or done what it is that you needed to do, you've done it. You're just overthinking at this point. Or you are overthinking. And as soon as you can shift your mind into a different perspective, you'll be very clear on the next moves that you need to make. So just make sure that you're holding steady to your mind, making sure that you're grounded this week so that you get the messages that are for you. And you have the awareness, right, of having everything that's needed to reach your goals. So yeah, this is a really good week really powerful week for transformation, especially around our relationships, whether it's to people, to our money, to just being in flow with the universe. This week is going to teach you that you're okay, even if you're not in control. Okay? And for a lot of us, that can be very difficult. But you're not in control. That's not what's happening this week. The universe and the spirit realm, your ancestors are really working behind the scenes in ways you could not even imagine right now to make sure that you have what it is that you need, and so that you can create what it is that you desire. So trust that, trust in them, most especially trust yourself. And understand that you can't do this by yourself. Right? And if you feel like you're doing it by yourself, then it's time for you to tap in. It's time for you to go into some of that hermit energy and just reconnect, right? Because maybe it's too much that you're carrying. Maybe it's too much that you're taking responsibility for. And maybe you have the feeling of, well, if I don't take care of it, if I don't do this, it's not going to happen. But you'll never know what is possible if you don't allow yourself to get the breather, the rest, the quiet moment of contemplation at Four of Knives again. If you don't, you have to allow this moment to be exactly what it was meant to be, and just flow and trust. Set your intention, be intentional in it. It's not, like I said, just idly sitting by and just waiting, but you are intentionally being quiet. You are intentionally resting. You are intentionally tuning in and intentionally flowing. So that even in your flow, you still are holding the energy of what it is that you desire, and you're allowing for the old to move out and this new energy to move in. Because when we come into a space where we are creating and solidifying our foundation, and at the same time with that 10 of Knives, we are allowing for transformation to take place, for us to move to the other side of where we have been, it's going to be change. It's going to be it can be worry. I was going to say it could be stress. It could be worry. It could be stress that you're feeling as well. But whenever you have these energies present, you're building something major for a new phase, right? So know that you have accomplished what you needed to. You have done what you needed to do. And now it's time for the next chapter. Finally, because I feel like a lot of you all have been moving through something or working on something for a while. So just know that when these energies show up, you're right there. You're right there. You've graduated. You've reached that point that you need to reach. And so as we move into the next week, you'll see how these energies move forward and how you can be, you have the opportunity to be, and even just naturally will be different, will move different. The energies will move in more favorable ways for you. And after the first, I believe it is the first when Mercury goes direct. So after that, once again, those energies that have been a little stagnant, maybe a little delayed, maybe communication has been a little off, you're going to be coming into a clearing. Okay, so we're rounding out this year. We're going out with a bang. Trust yourself, okay, and know that all is well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading. I hope you all got a message that really spoke to you, something that really resonated with you. And if you did, if you'd like to leave a comment, I look forward to reading your comments down below. If you want to send something, maybe it's a little bit more personal, my email is in the description. If you'd like to book a reading, my email, my phone number is there as well, so that you can reach me. And if you like this reading, make sure that you like and subscribe. I want to thank you all for your support. I want to thank you for your words of encouragement and just for your stories as well, because some of you have shared some really wonderful things with me, and I'm glad that these messages touch you. So until we speak again, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.